Wake up, kids, it's Joe and Nick for your weekend vacation. Grab your stool, squat on down for crappy animation. Let the gang's done commentary prop open your eyelids and watch some TV shows that have aged even worse than they did. So fill your bowls, use your spoons, it's Shaturday morning cartoons.
Happy Saturday, everybody! It's Saturday morning cartoons time. This is the show where we watch good, we watch bad, we watch weird, dumb, funny cartoons. I'm Joe, that's Nick, there's George, and the curator of Billy Ireland Cartoon Library Museum. It's Caitlin McGurk, everybody's favorite.
Hi.
Welcome back.
Here. Thanks for
Yes, and today, Caitlin, today's like your day because it's comic strips. We're doing comic strips that became cartoons. I was so inspired by those Family Circus cartoons a few weeks back that I was like, let's do some more. So we're going to watch Ziggy and we're going to watch Snuffy Smith. And they're just like specials that came out. And
I'm excited because I've never seen the Snuffy Smith cartoon. I didn't know that existed.
we have it. We actually have it on the shelf.
We
Did you know
do?
about that, Caitlin?
I
Yeah,
had
we
no
do.
idea. No, I'm very excited, and I'm not familiar. I think I've seen some of the Ziggy one, but not the full thing. I'm more familiar with Ziggy's Gift, so this is a real treat for me.
Yeah. I figured we wouldn't watch the Christmas one. There's like a 6-minute one that I don't know where it even aired. If it was, I know that the Snuffy Smith ones aired or went out theatrically. It was distributed that way in the '60s, so it actually like was on the big screen somehow.
Can you imagine going to see like Easy Rider and then being like, "What the hell is this?"
That was huge.
Barney Google.
Carson?
Let's talk about cereals. I'm eating Urkelos. I poured myself a nice tall bowl of Urkelos. It's Ralston. Who's Ralston? What have they done?
Purina.
Ralston
Oh
Purina.
yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's right.
Batman cereal.
Oh yeah, okay. It's weird that they don't put Purina up there.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's delicious. It has 9 essential vitamins and minerals.
Yep.
Can you-
Urkel personally ensured that they were all in there.
Yep. Win a trip to Washington D.C. with Urkel. Urkel for president. So yeah.
It's like a delicious cereal.
Yep.
You know how I've eaten Cookie Crisp. I've eaten Cinnamon Toast is a type of dessert. I've eaten a lot of birthday cake cereals recently, but I had never until today seen brownie cereal. But here's Cocoa Puffs Brownie Crunch. And I was wondering if the texture would be different, if the taste would be different, or if it's just Cocoa Puffs in different brownie shapes. Tastes different. It's a little fudgier than normal Cocoa Puffs. Pretty good.
I like it when you say the word fudgier.
Thank you very much. If you're lucky, I'll say it at the end of this morning's show.
I can't wait.
Stay tuned.
All right. Kayla, what you eating?
Since we're watching Ziggy, I wanted to find a Pantsless cereal mascot, and it turns out there's lots of them. So Ziggy's really not an anomaly at all. I mean,
I wanted to ask this question. I wanted to ask, like, why do they not have pants? Is it easier for the illustrator to draw them without pants?
We'll get into character design, believe me. That's an
Okay.
important part of Ziggy. But I mean, like, why does this bee need a shirt and not pants? Why does he need anything at all? But
Bee nipples.
yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah. They have like 8 of them, right? Bees do. They have like, right? Isn't that how bees work?
Yeah,
I'm
that's
not
how
sure.
that's how they feed the baby bees their milk.
Totally.
Yeah. Yep. And then who's left? George.
Oh,
boy,
well,
what do we
actually,
got?
I
Bee
have
milk
one.
is not vegan, by the way.
What?
I said bee milk is not vegan.
Oh.
Oh, what's this?
This is Ziggy Pants. This is the first cereal shaped like Ziggy's pants. It's good. It looks, if you look at it in the bowl, it looks like Cheerios, but
So is the premise of Ziggy Pants that he took off his pants for your cereal? And so that's what he's standing on, a bunch of pairs of his own pants. Is that the premise of Ziggy Pants? I'm just
that's
guessing
what it
here.
says on the back of the box, word for word.
Okay.
Big, bold letters.
Okay.
And yeah.
And
That's
how do
really
they taste?
I'd eat those.
They taste like Ziggy
Khaki-ish?
Pants.
I
Yeah.
mean, keep the pants off Ziggy.
Yeah. Would you say they're fudgier?
they're much fudgier than Then,
Don't overuse it, Joe.
okay.
All right. Sorry. All right. All right. Let's start things off with a commercial. George picked this one out. This is a.
This is the only Ziggy commercial I could find anywhere.
It's good though. It's really good. And it's short. It's like a 15-seconder, but here it is. It's a local commercial, right?
I like
Yeah.
George is laughing before it even happens. So this better be good.
Special offer from Kenny King's. Colorful 16-ounce Ziggy glasses to take home when you order sugar-free 7-Up at our special price. Collect a set only at Kenny King's.
There it is.
Perfect.
And sugar-free 7-Up. That's like what every grandma had, isn't it? That's what like grandma would be like. Would you like some sugar-free 7-Up? Right? Isn't that what they would always serve you?
I didn't even know it was a thing.
I didn't know it existed either, but it seems like something like a 2-liter
grandma.
would be in my grandma's refrigerator. All right, let's get into Ziggy. Let's start off with Ziggy here, and I have some Ziggy facts here that I just pulled off the internet. But jump in, Caitlin, because you're a Ziggy expert, clearly.
Yeah.
Got not one but two Ziggy nightgowns. So
I know I'm wearing one right now, and I'm surrounded by Ziggy items, just so that people out in the audience know.
Let's save that for after we watch Ziggy. We'll look at some of your Ziggy items. But it started off Tom Wilson. It was a greeting card that he started, moved to a Sunday strip in the early 70s, and eventually it went on to 600 publications, and then his son took it over. And this is the fun fact that I read about today that I liked. Ziggy is derived from his father's school experience, Tom Wilson's school experience of being the last alphabetically. Since he was like Wilson, he was always the last alphabetically. And Ziggy is a last in line character. That's what Tom Wilson Jr. said. The last picked for everything and kind of a lovable kind of loser character. So
they don't make them like that anymore.
Hard
They're
luck hero.
Charlie Brown and then Ziggy were both kind of sad sacks, right? Sorry, Caitlin, what were you saying?
I was just saying he's a hard luck hero, and that's like a very, very popular trope in cartoons from back then. And before he was a comic strip, Tom Wilson worked at American Greetings in Cleveland. You know, he's lived in Ohio, where as we've discussed, all important cartoonists have come from. And worked at American Greetings for many, many years before he came up with Ziggy, which was first derived as an editorial cartoon that he was pitching. And the editorial cartoon was basically Ziggy as like, before his name was Ziggy, just the Ziggy character as a elevator operator, making like editorializing on political events. So then for American Greetings, he created it as this little book called When You're Not Around, which is, I think, like one of the sweetest things in existence. And this came out in 1968.
So, but was this political? Was that one political, where he'd have political commentary? Okay, so he was the lovable loser at that point.
Yeah, so he tried to get the political cartoon going with Ziggy. It did not take off. It was never syndicated. There's no originals of it or anything. And then he repurposed the character for this book in 68. And then in 71, I think, is when it became a comic. And then 73 became a Sunday, and then a merchandising empire. So
it's the biggest, most merchandising. We're going to get into that afterwards too.
Yeah.
But
Let me just get into one thing now because I'm thirsty. I just have my giant Ziggy mug here, and it says Macho Mug. Oh wait, hey, cheers!
I was looking on eBay at Ziggy stuff today, and it's all cheap because there's zero demand and there's a lot of supply. So
and the only demand. Well, let me tell you, like, I've been amassing Ziggy stuff for a while, and there was a moment, I mean, I guess it's still happening, where like I feel like it was really ironically cool to like Garfield and Kathy. And I thought for sure Ziggy's next, and I'll be the coolest person because I already have all this.
I'm ready.
And it never happened. So yeah.
That's a last in line thing to happen.
That's a total Ziggy thing to happen. But maybe after today's episode, maybe it will just explode. Ziggy fever will start. So
I'm gonna make Ziggy great again.
Yeah, there you go. Let's get the hat made. All right, here is I don't even know I think it's just called Ziggy Cartoons. I don't know if this has a title. And I don't know when it came out. I don't know anything about it. I couldn't find any information about the
83,
cartoon.
I think.
83?
Richard.
Okay.
Yeah, that was according to the archive.org.
This would have been like right after a year or two after the Christmas special, then I think, because the same guy did the Christmas special. Which one?
Oh, okay. What'd you say at the end?
It won an Emmy.
It won an Emmy. Oh, that's right. Yes. All right, here we go. I haven't actually watched this, so I'm looking forward to it. Here's 6 minutes of Ziggy cartoons.
Hi, I'm Ziggy, and this is my world.
Do you agree with his voice? Do you think that his voice sounds like what you would imagine it to sound like?
No, I hate it. And like, what I like about the Christmas one is that he doesn't have a voice.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm shocked. I'm actually shocked. I didn't know if I thought he'd be silent.
What did you? Can you do your impression of what you expected his voice to be like, Caitlin?
No, nothing. I don't want him to.
Oh, okay, like zero voice. Okay, they're like, okay, I'm Ziggy. All right.
And this is my world. You can have it if you want it.
I'm gonna go kill myself now.
Ooh, great soundtrack.
Uh-huh.
That was cool with the hand clutching its throat.
Yeah, I like the animation.
It didn't kill it instantly. That's funny.
That one is like directly from this book too.
Oh, is it
yeah?
really?
Yeah.
So these, they're all just like short little 30-second blips.
Vignettes, yeah.
Vignettes, that's the word.
Zappies?
Feed your meal.
I have a feeling that George is going to be eating Zappies next week.
Oh, yeah.
Make note, George.
Calcium carbonate, trisodium phosphate, malic acid, pyridoxine hydrochloride, thiamine mononitrate, FT&C yellow number 6, mono and diglycerides, niacinamide, artificial flavor, BHA and BHT to prevent spoilage. My compliments to the chemist.
Make you stare at him for a little while at the end.
Pew, pew, pew. It's like the Wendy Carlos Clockwork Orange soundtrack.
Oh, yeah.
I was gonna say it's Rick Wakeman of Yes doing.
Yeah, that works too. Yeah.
We can't stay long. We're just here to dump some nuclear waste.
Poor Ziggy just left there amongst the toxic waste.
I like that they decided to dump it right next to Ziggy. Of all the places that they could have dumped it, they dumped it next to Ziggy.
Wait, now he's shirtless but has shorts.
Yeah. This is a big deal. Big moment.
Whoa, huge.
The
What am I eating?
What's the dog's name?
Fuzz?
Yeah.
Oh, Fuzz.
I love that you knew that right away. Fuzz. Yeah.
Caitlin's our George for this episode.
Yeah, really are. Yeah.
The sound of the ocean is out at the moment. If you care to leave a message, please wait for the beep.
Quality gag.
Yep. So he's kind of the Rodney Dangerfield of comics, isn't he? He gets no respect. People dump toxic waste on him.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's also like, and here's why I like him. He's the eternal optimist. You know, I mean, like terrible things happen to Ziggy constantly, and he appears to have zero friends.
Yeah.
But you know, he puts a positive spin on things.
He
just
perseveres.
Nevertheless, he persists. Yeah. So.
Well, all I can say, Eleanor, is Dr. Prendergast is right. Mercy Hospital is in a world of trouble. If we're going to okay and sanction illicit relationships between members of our staff, then this hospital deserves to.
I like the animation there.
And I like that we had a little bit of the soap opera before we got to the video game.
So far, so good.
Wait, stop it for a second. Caitlin, there were a lot of strips, right, where he had an inbox and an outbox? Or am I making that up?
Oh yeah, definitely. But also like this one in particular could be a coffee mug, you know? Like all the merchandising part of it is all weaved in. So
and it says God bless this mortgaged home, I think.
Yeah.
Behind him.
Lovable loser.
Bonus gay.
A working stiff and everyman. He's kind of Charlie Brown. When Charlie Brown grows up, Charlie Brown becomes Ziggy.
Yeah.
I finally figured out why I always have too much month left over at the end of my money. I spend 7 days a week and earn only 5 days a week.
Sad sack. I'll say one more thing about Ziggy, that I was always thought I was confused as a kid between him and Kilroy was here. You know, that graffiti, which is a nose coming out, you know, from over a wall.
There's a relationship there.
Oh yeah, they're related.
Oh, it's the same.
They're related. I mean, there's actually an academic essay that's been written about the relationship between those two characters.
Really? Okay, I thought I was having this original insight about. Okay, no, there's been academic.
But is it Tom Wilson who did Kilroy?
No, I mean it was a soldier named Kilroy who did Kilroy, and that was during World War II. But Tom Wilson served, you know, much later on, and obviously that like drawing has been around, is pretty ubiquitous. So it's possible. This academic tried to prove that it's possible that Kilroy influenced Ziggy. This is the kind of stuff that we do in comics.
It's fascinating. I love it.
I love it. Yeah.
Oh, you like Thomas?
I love Thomas.
So I'll speak to you.
Wait, he has a friend?
I bet it's a machine.
Oh, it's Fuzz. Yep. I like how it just lingers on at the end for a little while.
I want the soundtrack album.
Sorry, the price of spinach is now 69 cents.
Sorry, the price of spinach is now 89 cents.
Sorry, the price of spinach is now $1.09.
Good joke. I actually like the drawings of the other characters too.
Yeah.
Transplanting a houseplant to a larger pot is relatively simple. First, take the houseplant and put it inside the larger pot, like so. Now cover everything with the dirt so that the small pot doesn't show. Ta-da! Next time, I'll show you how to make your plastic plants look like they're dying so everyone will think they're real. Say goodnight, Fuzz.
Oh, that one reminds me of, he's like Joe Pera in that one.
Yes. Oh, he was. It was very Joe Pera.
Tip about plants for us.
I think Joe Pera is very Ziggy, like generally.
Do you think
Joe
Pera's
Joe Pera, yeah, definitely. I bet he knows. Yeah.
Very gentle humor, yes.
Yeah.
He's happy. What could go wrong? Sunny day.
Toxic waste is gonna. It's gonna rain toxic waste.
Gets shot in the heart with an arrow.
Go, God!
Was that a religious one?
Whoa.
Oh, were these pretty Christian-y? Did he get religious?
Usually.
Yeah.
That one was weird.
Oh, oh God.
That had a family circus feel to it.
It really did. Oh, are we done? That it? That's it.
Oh,
All
yeah.
right. They went out on God.
Amazing. Wow. Well, obviously, animation was not the lasting impact of Disney of Ziggy, but the guy who directed that and Ziggy's Gift, or the animator, the lead animator on it, was also the lead animator on Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Wow.
Oh, really?
And that holds up. I rewatched that recently, and the animation
that's
holds
one of
up.
my
And
favorites. Yeah.
Oh,
writing
that's
does.
awesome.
Yeah.
I wanted to. So, Caitlin, you got some Ziggy crap around you, right? You got Ziggy stuff. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to call it crap. You're a collector. I didn't mean to.
Yeah.
Do you want to show off some of your stuff?
Sure. Here's a Ziggy thermos. It's missing the top, but probably at one point had a Ziggy lunchbox with it that is long gone. I think.
Do you use it, or is that strictly for display?
Strictly for display.
And
I
did you
also have a Biker Mice from Mars thermos as well? So.
are you a thermos collector?
No, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know what happens.
We gotta watch Biker Mice from Mars at some point.
That would
We've
be
talked
fun.
about it. Yeah.
Yeah. Here is a Ziggy shirt advertising Cedar Point, which is like huge theme park out in Ohio. I think it has like the largest roller coaster in the country or something.
I've heard of that one. Yeah.
So that's cool.
Oh wow, Ziggy would shill for anybody, wouldn't he?
Oh yeah. Totally. I have a bunch of different Ziggy dolls. This one says "Prisoner of Love," a gift from my partner. This says "Nobody's Perfect."
Okay.
Very, very cute.
All right.
There's a ton of Ziggy Christmas stuff, I think, because of this special, and most of mine is packed away. But this is a cute little Ziggy ornament with
Fuzz is there. Yep.
Yeah.
I think every household should be required to have a Ziggy ornament.
I agree.
There's a lot of them on eBay.
I think
they're all about $1.49.
There's enough to go around, that's for sure.
Yep.
So speaking of Christmas, I received from a Melinda a Ziggy Christmas card this year.
Wow.
Beautiful Ziggy stationery. This is from Erin, again, a Melinda.
I mean, you're easy to shop for, basically. Yeah.
Yeah. Another Ziggy Christmas card. I mean, I can keep going. So yeah, this is one of many Ziggy mugs I have. This is like a really early Ziggy, and it says "World's Worst Bowler" on the other side.
Of course, he's bad. He would never be a good bowler, right?
No.
I found some stuff. Let me show you some stuff I found on eBay of unusually specific Ziggy stuff, because he, like I said, he would shill for anybody, and anybody with half of an idea for a Ziggy thing, they would make it. He must have had his own department at Ziggy headquarters, like for merchandising. Here's a 1978 Ziggy dangling doodler ballpoint pen for 99 cents.
Minted package.
Yep.
That's great.
$4 shipping. Seems a little excessive. Here's a vintage Ziggy Christmas photo cube, rare American greeting, $12. So maybe because it's rare. It's been on the market for a long time, so that's probably still available if anybody wants it.
Make an offer.
Here's class of '88. A class of '88 Ziggy doll.
I got my brother the class of '86, and he got me class of '93 Ziggy dolls. So that was like a running joke in my family. Yeah.
I love that.
Do you still have it?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, you could probably get $1.49 for that on eBay.
We'll see.
You want to? All right, here's a vintage Ziggy Tom Wilson comic solar power vintage yellow swim bag. What?
There's a lot of words.
I know. Well, I think they're trying to catch like keywords and stuff, but like it's a solar power vintage yellow swim bag.
How?
I don't even know what that is.
It looks like, it's made of terry cloth, and then the joke is that it's out in the sun.
Is that what it is? Solar power?
So.
Okay.
I have a Ziggy towel I can show next. Yeah.
Okay. And I got one for every one of you guys too, so that's coming in the mail pretty soon.
Awfully nice.
Oh, this is nice. Vintage 1970s freelance Ziggy later plastic comb Tom Wilson.
Imagine how cool you'd be if you were just like later, and then you kind of did a little comb and then walked off.
$8.80 for that. Do you think $4.85 is reasonable for shipping that plastic comb?
Absolutely.
Can't be medium male, but yeah. So a
I
padded
mean, you
envelope.
need a lot of packaging and stuff to make
You
sure.
do bubble wrap.
It's
and,
2 to 3 feet long. This is not a normal size cone.
Right. Here's the last one. 1980 Ziggy paperclip holder, dish clips. A paperclip holder. A Ziggy paperclip holder.
I guess because it was safe
could
for
use
work.
one of
Ziggy was, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. But see, I thought for sure that was an ashtray. And I was like, I bet they would never make a Ziggy ashtray. Or do you think they would make a Ziggy ashtray? Nick, do they make an elf ashtray?
No, not an official one.
Huh.
I have like a really old cartoon merchandise ashtray that's like Otto Saglow's Little King, which is not a cartoon anyone knows anymore. But I think ashtrays are not really a thing that they would make for.
Not in the 80s
kids'
anyway.
characters.
Maybe in the 60s or 70s. But
Yeah.
yeah.
I'll show you
Well-
my beach towel.
Okay.
Hold on.
Now, I assume you don't use this when you go to the beach,
No,
do you?
this is way too precious. It
Right.
says Olympic Tanning Team.
Oh,
And there's Ziggy tanning.
there he is.
Yeah,
Yep.
there's
What's the
Buzz.
bird's name?
Oh gosh, I think it's like a human name. Is it Josh?
Yes, I think it is Josh.
Yeah.
Yes. Wow. I just tip my hat to you, Caitlin.
Yeah, this is yeah.
You're not a Ziggy
This is why I
poser.
make
You
the
know
big
your
bucks.
shit. Yeah.
Oh boy. All right. So George, you put together some. Oh, go ahead.
I just want to show you. I looked up one thing that's fun to do is look up anything on eBay and find the most expensive thing.
Mhm.
And here is the Ziggy thing that is the most expensive, and it is for some reason this Ziggy plush doll lot, 5 Valentines, $1,700.
What?
And I'm like, what is so weird about this? And there's nothing.
Still missing an eye?
Yeah,
Missing an eye.
rare Cupid with tags.
They
Anyhow,
must have been like, you know what? Let's just do it and see what happens.
there might be some crazy Ziggy collector out there who thinks.
You'll just hit buy now.
Let me show you guys one more thing that I
Oh
have.
yeah.
It's a
I mean, I have a lot more,
$1,700.
so I don't know when I should stop. But,
No. Keep going. Bring
this
it.
is a little photo album. Me and my friends, Ziggy and his friends. And I have photos of all my friends in it. So there's Nick.
Oh.
And there's Joe.
There I am. Yes.
And of course there's George.
Yep.
And then this is an old friend of mine who went to my high school. This is Rosie O'Donnell.
Yeah, we all know who that is.
I was
it's the comedian Rosie O'Donnell.
Yeah,
I knew that was
going
gonna be the
love her
next
so
one.
much, and I had to make sure I got her in here. So.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yep,
Perfect.
and we all got that right.
Oh, the
Yep.
message board. There seems to be some things on the message board.
I'm not seeing anything.
Oh, I don't. Okay, I'm not looking.
It's Rosie O'Donnell, and we can move on.
Yep. All right, George, you put together some commercials. What's the theme here today?
Pantsless characters. That's really.
Hooray!
Now, should I have blurred anything out here, or is it going to be
Everything.
Frank is just okay? Shoot. All right.
Oh, and one other thing. It's going to end with a clip from a live-action Ziggy on Dutch television from the mid '80s.
All right.
Saturday morning cartoons. We'll be right back.
King Kellogg's cornflakes.
But
Look out, Yogi! Hey, Yogi, get to me.
who's Yogi? Yeah, who are you?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's pantsless because he does have a tie,
Mhm.
and he's wearing some clothing. He's wearing a hat.
And a collar.
Yeah.
It's almost like Chippendales. It's like just the collar with the tie.
Right.
Same
Yeah.
with Boo Boo.
Just as sexy. Yeah. What if the Ranger was like pantsless too, and but like really graphic, like
Must have lost
Those
his memory.
pubes.
yeah.
What do we do? Yogi would never forget the taste of Kellogg's cornflakes. Let's hope this works. Here, Yogi.
Hey, these are very good. That crisp, crunchy taste is bringing back some fine memories. You've done it again, Ranger Smith. Yes, sirree.
Don't pay any attention to my erection.
Here we are at the foot of Mount Rockmore. Let's get climbing.
Yabba-dabba-doo, yabba-dabba-doo.
Flintstones vitamins are good to chew.
Oh, you're saying that they're pantsless too? Yeah. I
Yes,
guess
and
they're-
there's the first Fred Flintstone upskirt is up ahead. Just watch for it.
also
Whoa.
the kids are trailing them, so the kids are seen up, right?
Oh, it gets worse.
Was
better. I don't know.
underwear invented back then? Do you
No,
know?
that was after. First, it was they changed from foot-powered cars to engines, and then underpants. That's how.
Okay, all right. God,
That's the
you're just-
order.
You're so smart.
Yabba-dabba-doo, there's
Good to chew. Ooh, I'm slipping.
I've got you,
Thanks. Whew, that was close.
Come on, Barney, we're almost there.
You know, Mom, just one Flintstone each day gives kids all the vitamins they normally need to take.
Yabba dabba doo, they're good to chew.
That's okay.
Hooray for Pooh-rated clothes.
Yep. I was waiting for Winnie the Pooh. I thought, yeah.
That's Gary Coleman, by the way.
That's Gary Coleman right there?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Love his pants.
Styles are really great. Colors coordinate. Hooray for Pooh-rated clothes.
You know what? He's dressed exactly like Lester, the doll. You know, the classic Willie Tyler and
That's
Lester.
like Lester's outfit, isn't it?
Yeah, tan vest,
Yeah.
plaid pants. Yeah, that is.
The collection high for easy care, quality, and value. Now on sale at 20% off.
Holiday Pooh-rated clothes. Made with
Holiday Pooh-rated clothes.
Yes, and it's in clothing where the mascot has no pants.
Okay.
What was that meeting like at the ad agency? I don't know.
I think we should call this episode Holiday Pooh-rated clothes.
Make Winnie stand up on his toes. Made to think wear and tear.
Save 20% only at Sears.
Hooray for Pooh-rated clothes.
Hooray for Pooh-rated clothes.
Say it. Just say those three little words. Ruffles have ridges.
Ruffles have ridges, yes they really do.
Wait, how's this pantsless?
You'll see.
Right? Okay, all right.
Ruffles have ridges, they rock and roll. Ruffles have ridges, it's plain to see.
Ruffles have ridges.
What else could it be?
Ridges make Ruffles potato chips perfect for all your good times.
Ruffles have well, you get the drift.
Oh, you made us wait for that one. I appreciate that.
What did Porky Pig have to do with any? I guess that it's hard to say Ruffles have ridges.
I
So he
don't remember
stutters
him
it?
being the spokesperson for Ruffles.
No, I think you have to be shameless to do that, like rolling your R. And just like Porky Pig is shameless, wearing a
Right.
bow tie, a jacket, no shirt, pants, or
Yeah,
undergarments.
Right.
He's one of the worst offenders.
Give it to them.
Now it's time to shake the house with the C&D Music Factory.
Wanna dance?
Give it.
It's so hot, it's cool. So good, it's bad. Time for a really big show.
This is so strange.
Come on, move your feet to the funky beat of the hippest crew in town. The Rescue Rangers. Check local TV listings for time and channel. Thank you.
Wie is toch dat koolgeronde mannetje dat Aldo naast je staat?
Dit is Ziggy. Hij is in Amerika al heel erg beroemd, Patricia. Ja, hij zegt niet zo erg veel hoor, maar hij is wel heel erg aardig. Wat zeg je, Ziggy? Oh, of ik u even wil vertellen dat hij net de Emmy Award heeft gewonnen in Amerika. En de Emmy Award is de allerhoogste televisieonderscheiding in Amerika. Dus ik zou zeggen, laten we eigenlijk maar meteen gaan kijken. Hè? Dames en heren, Ziggy als kerstman.
And then that's how they went into Ziggy's gift. I like how Dutch it sounds to me like somebody's making fun of German. I don't know. Now back to Saturday morning cartoons.
That was outstanding. I
Wow.
love it.
You know, I one that you missed, my favorite pantsless cartoon character of all time has to be Nick Pruer from VCR Party episode 124. Do you remember this one?
Yes.
Yeah, do you remember?
Yes.
That's one of my favorite pantsless cartoon characters of all time.
Spokesman for Ruffles also.
He is. He was for a short time. Yeah. Yep.
Ruffles have ridges.
I just feel like Ziggy has to be silent. Him having a voice doesn't work. I really like that the Dutch guy is just whispering to him and he's just, being silent back, because let's talk about character design. The whole idea behind Ziggy. Well, okay, not the whole idea, but part of what makes Ziggy really appealing and what makes a lot of other really successful cartoon characters like Ziggy appealing is this character design trope called masking that was defined by Scott McCloud in Understanding Comics. And the idea behind masking is basically the more amorphous and blob-like and undetailed you make a character, the easier it is for a reader to project themselves onto it. So if Ziggy, this is perhaps a bad example, but if Ziggy was a super detailed drawing of a 8-year-old boy and a woman in my mid-30s was reading it, I might not relate to that character as much because there'd be like a psychological block on not identifying with it. But since Ziggy is just like this blob-like character, supposedly in the theory of masking, people can project themselves onto it and see themselves in it. However, we live in a white man's world, and so of course this character is a white man, which I feel like is just like reiterated by when they give him a voice. And so that's why I kind of want him to just be like this silent character that we can all relate to, that is like an every person who triumphs over everyday evil.
And do you think that the masking thing, do you think that's why they don't have pants? Because if you put pants on, that like there's a style to it. There's like a fashion that'd be like, oh, I want to wear pants like that.
I really do.
If there's no pants, then it's like, oh, that can be me.
Yeah. I mean, he's not really anything. I mean, he's 2 heads high. Like his head, his face is the majority of his character, and it's just facial expressions. So again, it's like super simplified, which is the best of cartooning, and it allows you to, like, as I said, project yourself onto it. So like, human beings are naturally narcissists, and we see faces in inanimate objects and stuff like that. So like we want to connect and relate to things. Oh, and that's another thing too that Ziggy did that was unique, or that Tom Wilson did with Ziggy that was unique, is like spoke to the audience, like
broke the fourth wall, right?
The camera, and it's
right.
not like he's just interacting with other people. So anyway.
Can I challenge I know several artists watch this show, and I'm wondering if I could challenge them to draw what Ziggy would look like, the non-masking version. Like, if Ziggy was a real person, what would he look like with all the shading, bags under his eyes, or whatever that ends up being, with a head that's this big,
definitely,
and just a giant body.
I'm afraid.
I'm kind of inspired by what you've just said. This is my character. I'm not sure if he's wearing pants or not yet.
See, I really relate to this character then.
Right.
I see myself in him.
Oh,
the bow tie,
totally.
actually.
He's got my signature beard. I can see it in there.
No, I am always drawn to the Blob comics, though. Like Prince Valiant, I don't even give that a chance. I don't
too
even
many words.
Too many words and too many like little details of the. No, I'm not a Prince Valiant fan. I go to the Blobs. I go to High and Lois. I go to Hagar. They're blobby, right?
It really is true. And like Jeff Smith's comic Bone is another really great example of it. Like something that is generally somewhat genderless, ageless, like not a specific animal, not a specific person or whatever. So yeah, it's true. Give Ziggy a chance, people.
Would you say Snuffy Smith is blobby? Or he's what was the word again? Masking? Yeah, no, he's not, because he's specific. Yeah. All right, so we're going to segue into Snuffy Smith now.
Great.
Saying it's a segue is the segue.
Right. I couldn't think of it. I tried to do it with that, but here are my Snuffy Smith facts. Jump in there, Caitlin. When all right, debuted in 1919. Is there a longer comic than Snuffy Smith?
Yes.
What? Like that's still going on?
Yeah, Snuffy Smith is the second longest running comic. The first longest running one is Gasoline Alley. So both are still being produced to this day. Does anyone read them? I don't know. But they, like Family Circus, are what we in the biz call a legacy strip. So something that has been like handed down over the years to various cartoonists and continued, forever. So
it was challenging to read Snuffy Smith as a kid because they would spell things phonetically, like, Mark Twain style. And so there's a lot of like, I guess that was kind of the fun part too, but as a kid it was just like, ooh, I don't know what they're saying there. Skipped over that one.
Really? I would always read Snuffy Smith. I was always really into it. Yeah. But I guess it started off Barney Google, and then eventually they added Snuffy Smith because hillbilly humor was huge in the 1930s. And then eventually Snuffy Smith made his way into the title, and then they kicked off Barney Google. Now it's just Snuffy Smith at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like hillbilly humor became a big thing with Lil Abner. And then also like the original hillbilly cartoonist was this guy named Paul Webb, who had a comic called The Mountain Boys in Esquire. And so that was like huge in the 30s. And so Barney Google was previously kind of like a horse racing comic, like Mutt and Jeff. And then it totally switched over to being hillbilly humor because Barney Google took a trip to North Carolina or something and met Snuffy Smith there. And that's where the
Oh,
comic went. Yeah.
so but was it? Was there like a story? Was there like a through line on everything? Like Barney Google's like, I'm gonna go meet my friend Snuffy, or was it like?
I don't know what the exact through line is. I mean, he wasn't like his friend. I mean, the comic had been around for decades before Snuffy Smith was even introduced.
Yeah.
So I think it was just like Barney Google was constantly in different hijinks, and famously hated his wife, who was 3 times his size, and divorced her in the comic. I think maybe it's the first divorce in a comic.
Really? Was it like did they like cover it for like several weeks? The divorce?
So, yeah, the whole thing. I mean, like the nagging wife was like a pretty big trope.
The old ball and chain. Yeah.
I'm always surprised though when something serious happens, like Funky Winkerbean just sounds like the funniest goofball comic. And then I remember one time there was a bomb in the diner that went off, and it's like, wait a minute, make up your mind. Are you doing gags or are we doing a bomb story here?
I think Crankshaft was that way too. Crankshaft would have a lot of serious episodes, but strips.
Yeah, and for better or for worse, and Funky Winkerbean are like 2 of the only ones where the characters age in real time. So the characters get older, and some of them die. Like the family dog in For Better or for Worse, when the family dog died, Farley, I think Lynn Johnston received like over 2,000 letters about it, and we have them in our collection. We just want to know about this.
And then they got a puppy version of it, right? The dog. Okay.
But it's like 2,000 letters of people who are heartbroken about this fictional dog dying, and it's really very beautiful.
People are that emotionally invested in comics. That's amazing.
Part of our culture.
It is. I mean, I read them every single day, but like, I can't imagine writing a letter to somebody, but I don't know.
Well, and that's the other thing too about Barney Google, like being around for this long. When it was created by Billy DeBeck, it was him and some of the other cartoonists from that era. These guys were like massive celebrities. It's not like this anymore at all for cartoonists.
Right.
But back then, like comic strip artists were a really big deal, and they made quite a lot of money, and they were household names and stuff. So, yeah.
Oh, cool. So, all right. So in the early 60s, they put out a series of short cartoons that, like I said, would play before movies and theatrically, and then it was syndicated after a while. The voice in here of Barney Google and Snuffy Smith, it's Paul Frees, or Freese. I don't know how it's pronounced, but he did Boris from Rocky and Bullwinkle. So we're in good hands here. This guy's a total pro, and he's doing both their voices. This is called The Hat. Have you guys seen? Has anybody seen any Snuffy Smith before? All right, here we go. I haven't watched it either, so here we go.
Hey, what do you think, boss?
He's perfect.
Hey, Bud. Hey, Bud.
I love cartoon gangsters so much. Aren't cartoon gangsters the best?
Yeah.
My name is Snuffy.
Hey, Snuffy.
Yes. How'd you know my name?
Everybody
Good
knows
voice
your
for
name,
him.
Snuffy. Psst, come here. Stuffy, I want you to meet my business associate, Boss. Boss, this is Sniffy.
Snuffy!
Not the Snuffy.
Yep.
He's perfect.
Having fun in a big city?
Heck no. Tain't purty like the hill country. We'd have been home a long time ago, excepting we ain't got money for a mule and wagon.
Snuffy, we're gonna buy you that mule and wagon.
Sir, I don't accept mules from strangers.
Oh, this isn't charity, pal. It's a sort of a swap.
Oh, that's different. What do I have to do?
Practically nothing. Just take this bag and walk across the street to that building over there.
Is that all I gotta do?
Just about. Now, when you get
It
inside,
kind of has a Chuck
ask
Jones look to it. I like the.
It does.
I like the drawings.
Even the scoring is kind of,
Mr. Watt. He's a friend of ours. You give him the bag and this note, and he'll give you the bag back, and you bring it to us.
Is that all?
That's all. But don't read that note. It's personal.
Sir, I never tamper with the New United States mail. And besides, I can't read.
Perfect. Just perfect.
You know, you can't be too careful. There's a lot of city slickers hereabouts.
He's perfect.
You mean perfect?
Yeah, boss. That's what I meant. Perfect.
Pretty good.
Friend, can you tell me where I can find Mr. Ward?
Right over there, friend. Last cage on the right.
Thank you, friend.
I like it.
Yeah.
Kind of Beverly Hillbillies.
I like the music. Good music.
Are you Mr. Wad?
Yes, I'm Mr. Wad.
I got something for you.
I've got a gun. Put all the money in the bag and don't make a sound.
Crimson Flubnit sort of clean these windows. Dad Bernard, hurry up! No wonder them fellas didn't want to come in this here nut house. Go on, friend. Gosh dang pushy revenuers.
The song of the big city. Would you gentlemen know what all the noise is about?
They're having a grand opening at the bank.
No fateful day.
Hey, Google! I see you met my new friends.
Your friends?
What's Barney Google's thing? Is he a hillbilly?
No.
He has googly eyes, if I know
Yeah.
the song.
He's just like I said, like a racetrack. He was just like a ne'er-do-well. Was really into betting and stuff on horses, and then all of a sudden lives in a hillbilly world.
Right.
Yep, they're gonna give me a mule and wagon just for bringing them this little old black bag. Here, Google, give it to them. We'll start tell the Wizzy we's gone home.
It's yours, cuz.
Correction, it's ours, cuz.
And they're gonna give us a mule and a wagon. I'd like for you to meet them.
Oh, such nice folk.
They're right over there. Where'd they get off to?
Very distinctive
Maybe
noses
they went
on
to
all
get
the
the mule
Snuffy.
and wagon, Paul.
Well, we'll just sit here and wait. Phew, that little chore just plumb wore me out.
Gentlemen, please, one at a time.
Chief, you haven't told us a thing yet.
No clues, none. We have a deadline to make. Gentlemen, we've got pictures of this fiend, and they're being developed right now. Here you are, Chief. Right out of the high pole. Gentlemen, this is our criminal.
This is your man, Chief?
My man is a hat. Why me? Why me?
Extra! Extra! Half Rob's bank! Half Rob's bank!
All right.
Now, here's the dope on the hat.
Color, black, size 7 1/4, type hillbilly.
That's it. Now, where is he?
On the corner,
I gotta say, I like the cartoon, but I don't like the comic strip.
I think so too.
Main and Elm.
Attention, car 23, pick up the hat. Corner of Main and Elm. This is a dangerous criminal.
I like the hat
Proceed with
radar.
utmost caution.
All right, what did you do with the loot?
Give him the
What's the
third
loot?
degree.
The loot you took from the bank. What's a bank? What's your mall have to do with this? Great ball of fire! What's a mall? Her's a mall. She's a mall. Oh, you hear that, Louise? You're a mall.
Oh, that's sweet, honey poet.
Did he sign the confession?
What's a confession?
Did he tell you what he did with the loot?
What's a loot?
Loot from the bank.
What's a bank?
Why
Drove him
me?
crazy?
Why me?
What did he say? Oh, Louise.
Louise,
That's her
yeah,
name, right?
her name,
Yeah.
yeah.
okay.
Paul, wake up. Oh, Paul, wake up. Barney's in trouble.
How can you tell, Ma?
Well, I heard him in my head. He's a-calling for me.
I don't hear nothing.
Well, listen, honey poet.
Let's go find him, Ma.
I wonder
Time's
if
a
Queen Street
wasting.
Fair Jamboree was around this time too. You know, like the Disney. That was sort of a hillbilly pastiche, right?
Yeah. I wonder if hillbilly humor is going to come back. You think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think 2021 is the year it makes a comeback.
Lord, long, friend.
So long, friend. They're getting away. After them. Oh, why me? Why me?
Get away!
That away.
Very Popeye-esque.
And so,
They have
gentlemen,
funny
as you
titles
see,
like Bullwinkle did, you know, funny names and
Yeah.
punny
Yeah.
names and things.
Mr. Smith here was just an innocent pawn.
What's a pawn?
In the hands of these two, fiends. Thank you. Fiends.
We're fiends?
Oh, sure. Mr. Smith, as you
They have fun with the words.
Yeah,
There's
I
a
like
lot
the
of fun
fiends.
wordplay.
For the last National Savings Bank has authorized me to give you this gift certificate. Good at any Fifth Avenue shop. Good for one mule and one wagon.
Did you hear that, Ma? We're going home.
That is nice, honey poet.
Congratulations, Mr. Smith. And in the words of the immortal bard, William, Murgatroyd. Thank you, Murgatroyd. All's well that ends. Perfect. Perfect.
I love the police chief so much. I'm a huge fan of the police chief.
Come on now,
Whoa.
get here!
62.
That crossfade from the police to the donkey, that was the
Yeah, that's pretty
Subliminal
good.
messaging.
Right.
ACAD.
Oh, yeah. Nick, I'm going to want an impression of the police chief at some point. If you want to
Gotta
just
hear,
get meant.
gotta
You wanna
hear
hear-
more of them, but yeah.
Well, here, we'll just do one more.
Okay.
Murgatroyd. All's well that ends. Perfect. Perfect.
I feel like that's in your wheelhouse.
Yeah, I could probably pull that one off.
Come on now, giddy up!
Well, it's a nice place to visit, but I wouldn't want to live here.
What do you think of the city, Ma?
Perfect, honey poet. Just perfect.
Features Pop-Mess Company.
Yep, there we go.
Nice. Pretty
Yeah.
good.
Not bad. You know, I thought both were actually pretty good. You expect the comic strips not to translate well into the cartoon world, but those worked.
Yeah,
Definitely.
and I think there were like movie versions too of Barney Google and Snuffy Smith, like silent films and stuff.
Oh, really? Like he was like a live action character. Well, that was one thing I wanted to show was when you were on the show a couple of years back, we played Sex and Comics, which is a porn parody from I think the 70s of old comic strips. And they did a Barney Google, which they called Barney Guggle, which I don't know. Is that a dirty word? Guggle?
So,
I don't know.
This is like playing off of Tijuana Bibles, which do you know what those are? They're like, they were
That's
like
right, you
basically
talked
mini
about that.
comics and zines before mini comics existed. They were like little pornographic things, but they were based on comic strips, and they would also always have like a slightly weirder name like that.
Right. Okay. So what they tried to do with this porno was it was a live action thing, obviously. And so they tried to make cartoon characters, and it's horrifying. But the sets are really ambitious. And so here are the non-sex parts from Barney Guggle.
Ah, Mr. Google, I am delighted. I've heard a great many things about you.
I'm delighted to meet you, I'm sure, Countess.
What do you say we go over to my apartment, Mr. Google? I have some wonderful brandy, and we can be alone.
Now you're talking my language, Countess.
Yep. And then they go there, and then they doink, and they show everything. Yep.
I'd like to tell you that Guggle is on Urban Dictionary, but it's not fit for a Saturday morning.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
I want
Everybody
to
looked
see Ziggy in a Tijuana Bible. What would, Zuggy?
I'm sure he does. I'm sure that exists. Don't you think that
Yeah.
exists? That has to exist.
Oh,
It's a
I'm
pretty version of
sure. I
Ziggy.
mean, I wonder if the merchandising ever got into like butt plugs and stuff.
Well,
Oh yeah. Well, it will now because this is the year for Ziggy and all sorts of knockoffs like that.
I want to show one more thing. So, Nick, we have this up on our shelf. how to draw a cartoony party. It's with Fred Laswell from he was like the second like writer illustrator of Snuffy Smith.
Yeah.
And I watched some of the video. I'm just gonna play a clip because this guy's a kook, like the best kind of kook ever.
Great.
Here's Fred Laswell's a cartoony party.
Let's all draw in color. A cartoony party with Uncle Fred.
And I saw this and I was like, where have I seen this drawing? Slylock Fox, right? This is Slylock, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yep. What's different about this picture?
Yeah.
See how easy it is to draw cartoonies? Well, today, you're invited to a cartoony party.
Pans out, he's
We're
not wearing
going
pants.
to have a lot of fun drawing funny cartoonies. Now, before we start, let's warm up our little fingers, shall we? That's enough. We don't want to overdo it. Next, we're going to warm up our giggle boxes. Everybody knows how to giggle, don't they? Here's how you do it. All together now. Here we go. Stop. That's enough.
There we go.
Oh, a lovable grandfather. I
Yeah,
like it.
Laswell. Cool. That's all I got. What's the status of the Billy Ireland these days? Are you guys open now, or what's going on?
We are closing just this coming weekend. Our shows are coming down, and we're going to be closed for a couple months for renovations. And then in June 19th, we're opening 2 new exhibits. Well, the Pogo Show, which I've talked about already, Walt Kelly's Pogo, is going to be reopening. And then a new show curated by Brian Walker, who's the son of Mort Walker and the cartoonist of Hi and Lois. And he's curating a show for us called The Dog Show that is all about beloved cartoon dogs. So that's going to be really popular.
Oh, that's going to be a popular one. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm curating a show for a museum that's also in Columbus with Patrick McDonnell, the cartoonist who does Mutts.
Oh, yeah.
That'll be up at the same time. And it's of Patrick McDonnell's like abstract paintings that are informed by comics. So there's like random images of Nancy and Sluggo embedded in these crazy abstract paintings. So that's what's going on at the Billy Ireland this summer.
Cool. Man.
George, is there any lesson to glean from the
Yeah, I think so.
today?
Yeah?
I think so.
Okay.
There is. Okay.
There's a lesson for us here. Throughout art and literature, does any individual, real or fictional, more succinctly embody the existential dilemma than Tom Wilson's Ziggy? Of course, but for the purposes of this show, no. The human condition is one of confusion and disappointment, a one-panel gag with no reader to chuckle at the misfortune it contains. But just as Kierkegaard said, life is not a problem to be solved, but a reality to be experienced. As Ziggy Mug once told me, life's a trip, but it doesn't come with a map. And our hero continues each day, never giving in to despair by questioning the parade of horrors that befall him. And so too should we press forward, shedding our sorrows, our fears, and our pants. And that's why I always say, the more you battle is twice the knowing.
You always say that. You do always say that.
Yeah, I don't know if this is appropriate for Saturday mornings, but I did kind of my own Tijuana Bible.
Oh, wow.
Ziggy.
Somebody's blurring that.
Wait, what's happening to him?
Now I gotta get the blurring machine out for this one
No,
now.
I don't think
Great.
so. This is just nature. This is his penis is another Ziggy. I don't know if you can see it.
Oh, I see. Oh no, that's fine.
it-
YouTube's fine with that. Yeah.
Right.
Breaking the fourth wall. Wow.
Yeah, because
Don't
it
even
would
know.
be shaped, it'd have the round, So that's that's.
You're
my
like a
Bible.
Tom Wilson Jr.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right, that's all I got.
Wow.
Yeah, that's all. That's it. Nick, did you
It's,
want to work?
there's a fun Shaturday, but I hope the next one is fudgier.
Yes, there it is. All right, that's all. That's it. Happy Shaturday, everybody.